This morning, we're going to head to a restaurant in Marquette that will show a very interesting culinary technique. Ansley Watson this morning is at Elizabeth's Chop House, and we're going to find out what she's learning today. Good morning, Ansley.
Good morning, Vicki. Well, we are continuing our monthly series with meeting with individuals who are part of Upper Michigan's chapter of the American Culinary Federation. Now, this morning, like you said, we are at Elizabeth's Chop House. Guess what we're going to do? We're going to learn how to debone a whole entire duck. That's right. So if you don't know how to do it, stay with us this morning because you're going to learn how. And not only that, but we're also going to prepare it and make it into a little meal. So stay with us. Reporting live in Marquette, Ansley Watson, TV6 News.
That'll be interesting. Thank you very much, Ansley. I don't know anybody that I know in my family that knows how to debone a bird, so that should be interesting.
Yeah, Ansley likes to get her hands dirty, so I think she'll have some fun with this one.
Maybe she'll make duck l'orange for us. Yes. I picked that up from Babe.
That was fancy, I was going to say. Wow.
Thank you. It took me a while to look up what it meant. So I know a lot of people have turkey on their mind, though, because we're only like a week and a half away from Thanksgiving.
Yeah, somebody said that over the weekend, and it blew my mind. It feels beautiful. I can't believe that Thanksgiving is upon us. Another nice day.
Many talented chefs are part of the Upper Michigan chapter of the American Culinary Federation. This morning, one member is teaching Ansley a culinary specialty at Elizabeth's Chop House. Good morning, Ansley.
Good morning, Vicki. Are you ready to learn how to debone a duck? Because I am. It's going to be really good. Showing us this morning is the certified executive chef here at Elizabeth's Chop House, Chad Wellman. Thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you.
So you are going to teach us the ways of how to debone a whole entire duck. I am super curious about this.
Well, first thing you really should do is let the duck sit out for a couple hours in your fridge so it actually dries out a little bit, so it's a little easier to work with. And then normally when you get a duck in from the store, you're going to have your neck and then you're going to have your innards, and we actually use every single part of the duck when we get it in. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take off the fat from the neck. We actually take this fat off, very simple. Just pull it tight and then you slice it straight down. Then we're going to turn this around. We're going to cut off what's called the Pope's hat. So it looks like that little tiny Pope hat that he wears. We're going to set that to the side.
And you'll be using that as well?
Well, actually going to take these pieces later and we're going to render them down so we actually get the fat out of it, and we get pure fat out of it. Duck fat runs for about $50 a pound, and we use it in several different things. So when we're looking at a duck, just like almost every single animal out there, it has nice lines for you to actually cut.
So you said you're just following the lines?
I'm just following the lines straight down. We're going to switch to our boning knife, make it a little easier.
Say, what type of knives do you use? You use several different? Oh, wow.
All we use is our chef knife and our boning knife to do all main things.
Okay.
So at this point, our duck is actually already in half. And then we're going to take out the backbone.
So are you slicing through bones right there? Was there some that you had to...
just minimal. So this is actually, at this point, is half a duck. Then we're going to take the other half. We're going to take it down. We're going to take the rest of the backbone out.
Now, is deboning a duck like deboning a chicken or a turkey? Are they kind of similar?
Oh, very much so. Just about any bird you can pretty much follow the same pattern for. So we're going to take that, we're going to set it aside, and we're actually going to use all the bones for stock later.
So now that you have your two halves,
I'm going to cut the two halves right in half again. We're just going to follow the lines that it has. So now we're going to have our breast, and then we're going to have our hind quarter. We're actually going to pop this bone. There's two little bones inside that you have to pop, otherwise blood will pool up inside of it when you're cooking. We don't really want that. We're going to take this half and we're going to confit it. Confit means to cook in its own fat. So all our rendered fat we put into a big pan. We take the bottom quarters.
Okay.
We're going to confit that out. So pop that out again.
Well, Chad, when we come back, we're going to have to finish this up. You're actually going to show us how to prepare it, too, as well. So stay with us. Reporting live in Marquette, Ansley Watson, TV6 News.
Interesting. Thank you very much, Ansley. So, you know, that might come in handy. When you've got Thanksgiving rolling around, you might want to try that with your turkey.
Yeah, to have somebody do that for you would come in a lot.
Have somebody do it for you.
Right.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
Welcome back. Well, this morning, the executive chef at Elizabeth's Chop House has taught us how to debone a duck. Ansley Watson is joining us again live from Elizabeth's Chop House with more on a great recipe to go along with it. Good morning, Ansley.
Good morning, Sam. So earlier we started deboning the duck. We didn't get all the way through it, but I did do a Facebook Live on my TV6 page, Ansley Watson TV6, if anybody wants to go back and see how we finished it up. But now joining me is Chad Wellman. You are the certified executive chef here at Elizabeth's. What are we, do a little recap first of all on what we did earlier.
So we finished deboning the duck. We followed all the lines. We took off the breast, and then we took off the bones on the bottom of the breast, and then we actually what's called airlined. So we left a single bone on it. Then we took both of our breasts and we placed them in the pan on low heat to render out lots and lots of fat to make the skin nice and crispy. So this is still a raw piece, as you can see. And then I took the other piece that we had and got it all ready. So we got a nice cooked piece all ready for us to cut here in a second. Just like I said earlier, we use every little part that we got. So we're going to go right into throwing our green beans right into the fat and letting them cook right in the fat for us.
I truly am amazed at how much fat does come off. I mean, that was 2 breasts.
So right now we're going to pipe some garlic mashed potatoes on our plate. We're going to let these cook for just a few seconds. Really doesn't take long as you have them par cooked. Par cooking is just throwing them in some boiling water, pulling them out, and then cooling them down very quickly. So see how quick they're already almost done?
You're telling me
And
that
that's at fairly low heat.
duck doesn't take that long to cook either, you're saying?
Nope, less than 10 minutes. And you want to let it rest for a few minutes just to drain out a little extra of the fat. So we're actually going to take this, turn this off, let them finish cooking right in the fat itself. And then we're going to take our duck breast and slice this up. Now if it's a little pink in the middle, that's perfectly fine. The one nice thing about duck is that you can eat it mid-rare. See how nice that's all cutting up?
That looks so good. Is there a difference between like farm-raised duck and wild duck?
Well, wild duck, you're going to have a much gamier flavor. This actually comes from what's called Maple Leaf Farms out of Washington, and they do a wonderful job with their duck. See, we're going to put that nicely around. The skin is nice and crispy. And take these out of here. We can just place a couple around the plate.
The presentation is beautiful and it smells delicious. I think I'm going to have to sample a little bit here.
Well, that'll be put on the sauce.
Oh,
first.
yes.
So we got a brandy rosemary cherry sauce, which is rendered down from our duck stock. So this is duck with duck and duck.
Wow. Do you, because earlier you had a neck and parts and whatnot. Do you use any of those?
I use all the necks and any of the bones to make the actual stock itself. And then I use the fat to render down to make the confit, which we don't have in this particular dish, but we do use for our confit salads later in the year.
Oh, Chad, that's incredible. That is so good. Well, thank you so much for being with us, showing us how to debone a whole duck and then obviously put a meal together as well. So thanks for being with us this morning.
Thank you.
Reporting live in Marquette, Ansley Watson, and we'll be back with more of your TV6 Morning News after the break.